Has your brain ever felt like a hamster on a wheel running circles around a decision without actually going anywhere? It's a familiar struggle, that endless loop of what if that keeps you stuck, paralyzed by options. But what if I told you that the secret to making better, faster decisions isn't about thinking harder, but about thinking smarter? Today we're diving into 5 powerful, actionable strategies distilled from some of the wisest minds and best-selling books to shut down that overthinking monster, reclaim your time, and finally move forward with confidence. Because honestly, the biggest mistake isn't making the wrong decision, it's making no decision at all. Let's face it, we live in a world overflowing with choices. From what to have for breakfast to choosing a career path, our brains are constantly bombarded. And while a little thought is good, overthinking can turn simple choices into monumental battles. Did you know that studies show adults make an average of 35,000 decisions a day? That's a staggering number, and if even a fraction of those get caught in an overthinking loop, you're looking at serious decision fatigue, increased anxiety, and missed opportunities. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast lake. You know, deep down, the only way to get to the other side, to your goal, is to dive in and swim. You've known it from the start, but instead of taking that first stroke, you stand there, day after day, week after week, maybe even years. You're asking, what if I get too tired? What if the water's too cold? What if I drown? What about my family if something happens? You analyze every ripple, every cloud, every hypothetical obstacle, even though the fundamental truth remains. To cross, you have to swim. You keep overanalyzing how to do it instead of doing it. That's exactly what overthinking feels like. We often know the path, but our minds build invisible walls, trapping us in a cycle of analysis paralysis. This ties into another painful truth about overthinking. We often suffer far more in our imagination than we ever do in reality. Have you ever spent an entire evening agonizing over a project you didn't finish, convinced your boss would be furious the next day? You play out dramatic scenes in your head, feel the shame, the anger, the disappointment, only to wake up, go to work, and find your boss barely mentions it, or even offers help, or it wasn't nearly as bad as you imagined. We build these elaborate mental prisons of what-if scenarios that haven't happened and often never will. We suffer the consequences of potential failures without ever taking the risk or seeing if they even come true. It's exhausting, isn't it? And it steals your peace of mind. So, how do we escape this mental quicksand and start swimming? 1. Shift focus to the present moment. Overthinking often pulls you out of what's happening right now, dragging you into past regrets or future fears. Our minds jump from one what-if to the next, never settling. To break this cycle, you need to train your mind to return to the now. This powerful idea comes from Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now, where he urges us to anchor ourselves in the present. As he writes, realize deeply that the present moment is all you have. Make the now the primary focus of your life. It sounds simple, but actively choosing to be present, perhaps by focusing on your breath, feeling your feet on the ground, or truly listening to the sounds around you, can pull you out of that mental whirlwind. When I feel myself getting lost in future worries, I literally tell myself, right now, I am here doing this. It's like hitting a reset button for your brain, bringing you back to solid ground. 2. Interrupt the thought loop with action. When you're stuck in an overthinking loop, waiting for perfect clarity or certainty is a trap. Instead, the key is to build a habit of taking small, productive actions even before you feel ready. Action creates clarity. It doesn't wait for it. This strategy is powerfully outlined by James Clear in his best-selling book, Atomic Habits. He wisely points out the difference between motion and action. He says, motion makes you feel like you're getting things done, but really you're just preparing to get something done. Action is what leads to results. Even a tiny step forward, sending that one email, making that one phone call, researching that single piece of information can weaken the cycle of overanalysis. My own biggest breakthrough came when I stopped planning my workout in meticulous detail and just put on my shoes and walked out the door. The small action led to bigger ones, and soon I was consistently exercising. 3. Challenge your thoughts with evidence. A lot of overthinking is driven by biased or irrational thought patterns. We assume the worst, jump to conclusions, and treat our fears as undeniable facts. To combat this, you need to practice systematic thinking by pausing and critically asking, what concrete evidence actually supports this fear or worry? Or, is there another way to look at this situation? This concept is deeply explored by Daniel Kahneman in Thinking Fast and Slow, where he discusses how our brains can be tricked by familiar ideas. He warns that a reliable way to make people believe in falsehoods is frequent repetition, because familiarity is not easily distinguished from truth. Don't let your repeated anxious thoughts or worst-case scenarios become your reality simply because you've thought them many times without first checking the facts. It's like being accused of something and immediately believing it, without asking for any proof. It's exhausting, isn't it? And it steals your peace of mind. 4. Limit your mental bandwidth for trivial concerns. Your mental energy and attention are finite, precious resources. Overthinking means you're often spending that energy on things that don't truly deserve it, getting caught up in every minor detail or hypothetical scenario. You can't care about everything equally. This idea forms the core of Mark Manson's The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F***. As he puts it, the key to a good life is not giving a f*** about more. It's giving a f*** about less. Giving a f*** about only what is true and immediate and important. Decide what truly matters to you, what aligns with your core values, and then consciously choose to let go of the need to control or obsess over everything else. If a decision won't significantly impact your life in a year or even a month, it probably doesn't need hours of agonizing. Give your mental energy to what truly counts. 5. Name and externalize your overthinking patterns. When those familiar overthinking spirals begin, one of the most effective ways to regain control is simply to label what's happening in your mind. Is it catastrophizing, imagining the worst possible outcome? Is it mind reading, assuming you know what others are thinking without any real basis? This powerful technique comes from Nick Trenton's book, Stop Overthinking. He advises, once you see your thoughts as just thoughts, not truths, you can stop letting them control your life. Giving your thoughts a specific name separates you from the mental noise. It creates a critical distance, allowing you to observe the thought rather than being consumed by it. It's like saying, oh, there's my what-if thought again trying to pull me down, instead of, oh my God, what if this happens? This simple act of naming empowers you to choose your response. Remember, the goal isn't to never think, but to think effectively and then act. As Mark Twain wisely said, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones that you did do. Don't let overthinking steal your opportunities or your peace of mind. Start making choices, even small ones, using these strategies, and watch how your confidence and your life transform. Don't stand at the shore forever. Start swimming. If you're ready to take even more control over your mindset, check out this next video on how to silence your inner critic.